Dr. B. Fox here, and I help accomplished women to elevate their inner being and optimize their energy so that they can align their inner game with the outer world they have worked so hard to create. And they can do this showing up as the best, most authentic version of themselves, living life completely undefined by the things that have been holding them back and weighing them down. And so today I want to talk about being stuck. Can I get a uh-huh? Because we've all been there, right? At least at some point. If not right now, with all the things, right? You're doing all the things. Your mom, your wife, your entrepreneur, your full-time working, you're stay-at-home trying to figure out meals and calendars and schedules. You're doing all of the things. Your plate is full. Okay? So we get into these ruts. We get stuck. All right, but what I see the most in my clients that I've been working with over the last decade is that we usually get stuck when we want to go back. Our focus is on what happened then, or what was then, or what it looked like and felt like then, versus looking at what it feels like moving forward. Okay, so I'll give you some examples. So let's say you just went through a divorce. Now you're trying to re-figure out life by yourself. Maybe you're taking care of the kids. Maybe you're dual parenting, whatever that is, okay? But what's happened is you've gotten into this point that just, it feels heavy. It doesn't feel good. It feels like low time. It feels like sluggish, slow, something you didn't want. Maybe you didn't ask for the divorce. Maybe you didn't ask for him to change. Maybe you didn't ask to be treated that way, okay? So where we get stuck is we're at one point, we're in this high. Yes, everything's going good. We're getting accolades. We have all of these things. Life looks perfect. It feels good. And then now we're into this divorce, post-divorce time. And all we can think about is, I just want to go back to the way it was then. When he loved me, when I loved him, when we loved being a family. When we were on our honeymoon and like literally it felt like we were, like nothing could touch us, right? Like thinking about those things back then and how great it felt then, okay? And what happens is you're here now. This was then, this is now. And if you keep thinking about like going back, I promise you, girl, you can't go back. You cannot go back to then. I can't even go back to yesterday, right? And so we have to take and reframe our mindset and think about moving forward, being in the moment we're in now and growing from it. Even if it doesn't feel like where we want to be, we have to grow through it. Okay, we grow as we go through it. But if we don't come through it, we never circle back around to another good time where things feel good, accolades are coming in, the promotion's there, we're making the money, we're doing all the things, and then we'll circle back down, okay? And it doesn't always have to be as big and heavy as a divorce. It could simply just be your day-to-day or your month-to-month. But when we're living in that high vibe time, it feels so freaking good. Who doesn't love that, right? But then as we come down into kind of that low energy, low vibe, there's not a lot going on. We feel a little bit sluggish. We don't really feel like socializing. We just really want to stay at home and do our own thing. It doesn't feel as good as it did up then. But we start to get familiar with that feeling. We start to understand that like, if I lived in this high time all the time, every day, sympathetic is fight or flight or freeze, and we're go, 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 go. Eventually we break down. We get sick, we have disease and dysfunction. So we have to honor these other times, the lower times. We have to go through them and grow through them. This is really where the magic can happen. We build strength, we self-care, we take time to learn, we take time to just be still. There's so much power in just being still. And we've just literally kicked that to the curb over the last few decades, right? And so I encourage you to realize that if you're going through this lower time or this time you didn't ask for, this time that doesn't feel the best, I want you to just honor that season for what it is, and I want you to really turn the tables and look at it as a positive thing. This is the downtime, the calm before the storm. This is a time where I can grow as I go, and then I'm just going to shoot back up, and it's going to be amazing. But what I want you to know too is that you can't go back, my friend. I'm sorry. You can't. I tried for years to go back to then, to before the trauma, before the career-ending injury, before the eating disorders. I've tried to go back and it doesn't work. So I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work, okay? But what I have learned over the years is I've learned to honor that space that initially doesn't feel very good, feels low, feels heavy, feels bogged down, and learn to just grow in that time and just honor it for that. And then every time it circles back up, and it's gotten easier over the years because I know what this feels like. And I've actually turned it into a very healthy, nourishing time to grow, okay? Just like flowers, just like gardens, like not everything grows in every season. Not everything is flourishing and blooming in every season. We have to have those times, those seasons where we come down, we reboot, we re-energize, we reflect, we nourish ourselves so that when we get up here, we're thriving, okay? So I encourage you to honor the reboot, the regrowth, so that as you come back up, you can just thrive again, girl, just like you normally do, okay? So learn to honor the low vibe times, grow and go through them, and come out on the other side just blooming and powerful. I hope this message served you today. Love you much. Talk to you soon.